Howdy folks, welcome to China. Shut the
Screw it, let's just do the intro thing.
If anything, it's even worse.
Yay!
And passed out for a little bit. I'm tired, I'm grumpy, just spent way too much money. That was a bit too naughty. So the plan is, we're going to take these pieces, we're going to make some A-frames, so kind of like something like that, and then like that, and then we're going to put some cross pieces along, and we're going to do the same thing again. Cross pieces, so we'll have 4 sort of A-frames, and then we'll stick a piece there, making like a square, and then we can bang this piece of scrap wood that I conveniently found on top of it, and that will make us a nice little platform. Should be fine. Let's do it. Okay, so let's set out our workstation. Need something for chopping the wood and nailing and screwing and so on and so forth. Okay. So we want this at a height of about, I don't know, 50, 60 centimeters. It's not going to do for doing the ceilings, of course, but we just want it for anything up to sort of, 8 foot. So 8 foot, like 2.5 meters. I'm using feet and centimeters and millimeters. I'm like a Canadian, I'm all confused. Yeah, so let's measure out the wood first of all. What are we working with? These are, looks like 2 meters. Just under 2 meters, of course. Okay, like 198. So we'll get 60 centimeters 3 times. Maybe what? 65 centimeters? Yeah, that makes sense. So let's measure that out.
As you can probably tell, I'm pretty much winging it here. 60, 65, it doesn't really matter.
Here's a pen. 50, 65. Try to mess that up. 65. And 65, yeah. Okay.
Yes, turns out 65 does go into 197 3 times, with some left over.
Now for this one,
I'm sparing you all a big conversation I have with myself here over whether this is a wood cutting blade or some other kind of blade. In the end, it manages to cut the wood, so I guess it's a wood cutting blade. That's the logic I'm going with.
okay, it's turning the right way. Now let's see if it cuts wood, or, as I suspect, hacks it to pieces.
If it is in fact not a wood cutting blade and you guys know what it is, feel free to let me know in the comments.
Test a piece, aha. Safety, 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 safety. Alright, goggles on. Foot down. Okay, that immediately came loose. So, something funny going on there. Okay. That there. That there. Maybe I just didn't tighten it enough. Unplug. Safety first. This is a really bad tool for this job.
That's actually an understatement. The tool that came with this thing to tighten and untighten the locking nut is of shockingly bad quality. The metal has the consistency of goat cheese.
Slice a finger off. Now, that looks pretty tight, but... I thought it was pretty tight last time and it came loose, so... Let's see how we go. Okay, cut.
A table saw, a jigsaw, a hungry shark. Anything would be better than this thing.
Enough faffing about, let's just give it a go. Get the wire out of the way. Okay.
So if it's not clear what I'm doing here, I'm simply taking the first length I cut and I'm putting it next to the subsequent ones and then cutting them all the same length by comparison. No point in measuring them all out if you've already got a reference piece, right?
Now, this doesn't have to be perfect. This is going to be at an angle like so. Something like that. Yeah, how are we going to do that? Yes, we decide on our piece on the bottom, and that way we can get always the same angle. The angle doesn't really matter, you know. About, what would that be? 30 degrees, something like that. Now, there's probably an optimum angle for this. Something to give it maximum strength and durability and blah blah blah, but yeah, I'm going to over-engineer this, hopefully, so that it's better than it needs to be. So, let's just pick an angle, get the one across the top. First things first, let's just cut ourselves 8 of these.
So that's what I do. Cut 8 legs of roughly equal length. It's not super accurate. It doesn't need to be. Once we get them all together, we can trim them to size. It's fast, and that's the important thing here.
So, we got our 8 legs, just like the spider, and then we get the bands that go on the bottom. There's probably a carpentry word for those, but it escapes me right now. So, let's just do this. Is that going to be, what do we want? About that height? Yeah, I think that's going to be a good height. That down. So as you can see, I'm just at all of this and winging it. It's you know, it's not going to win any carpentry awards, but it's going to do the trick.
So here I just use a piece of scrap wood that I cut earlier to reference to make sure that that piece of wood is the same height on both sticks of the A. Yeah, easy peasy. Anyone could do it. I did. So for some reason I measured that piece of wood. I don't know why. Other than the sticks at the beginning, I literally don't measure anything else in this entire job. So yeah, next we just cut the pieces of wood that will go along the bottom. I think they're just called battens, I'm not sure. Anyway, they're there to stop those two pieces of wood doing the splits.
Double check that. It's a little bit small actually. I'll overdo the next one a wee bit.
Hey, if at first you don't succeed, you really should have. It wasn't that hard. I don't know how you messed that up, honestly.
Yep, that'll be nice. Okay. Now, we'll use this as our blank. Dude, you gotta move. You know it's interesting. Go sit over there. Go. No, up there. Thanks, mate.
So here's a quick quiz. If we need to join two pieces of wood together with one of these, and we have 8 pieces of wood, then how many of these do we need? I'll let you pause the video and work it out.
Obviously the best way to do this would just be to get our nail gun and hammer some nails in there, but we don't have a nail gun. Maybe I'll get one at some point. It depends on how crazy the other projects get. We haven't gotten to the woodworking yet, so for now we'll just work with what we've got. And what we've got is a bag of screws. Now just eyeball these bad boys. They are going to be way too big, unfortunately. But once I put them through, I'll just hammer them over.
He never did.
I definitely should have got 2 sizes. Now, if possible, I'd like to avoid pilot holes for these. So let's see if I can just throw some in. Again, no Phillips head, just a cross thread. So hopefully we won't de-thread these. Let's see how much use they are. Yeah, not too bad.
I'm a little wary here. I don't know how the wood's going to react to the screws, so I go touchy-feely. Of course, you guys see it super fast.
Now we've got a little bit of crack in there, and obviously the screws are too big, so they went way far through. But like I said, I'm going to hammer those over. Yeah, we're just going to do that 4 more times. 3 more times.
So that's how we do the A-frames. I line up the original on top to make sure we have consistent width and length for all 4 of them. Then I get the screws in. Bada bing, bada boom. And what took me about 10 minutes, through the magic of television, is done in about 30 seconds.
Alright. Now, the best way to attach them, I don't know the best way to attach them. So, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to trim the tops off so that they're flat, and then lay another piece on top. And see how that goes. And then we can do some screws in that way. Into the board that hasn't split yet.
I think this is a great idea in principle, but let's just say the first attempt does not go well.
Oh, that is not straight at all. Look at that. I almost hit that screw there. Oh, that's a bad job. That's a bad job. All right. Yeah, pay a bit more attention next time. Cool. Less is more, less is more. That's better, but it's not even approaching straight.
I'd love to have like a belt sander to do this, but I don't. So we use what we got.
Well, I did say it didn't have to be perfect, and I'm definitely testing that theory. So we're going to use this piece of plywood that's had a, well, let's just say it's had a hard life. This is a temporary flake base. I'll bring something better up with me next time.
He never did.
We might as well use these general dimensions, so let's measure it out. By which I mean, let's put some wood along it and cut. Well, that's a very bold piece of wood. Do we care? I don't know, let's see. Beautiful. All right. Now, because we got so much splitting the last time, and this time we're going directly into the grain, which, you know, is never good. I'm going to draw some pilot holes this time. What do you know? Tiny re-drill bit.
So, as past me just said, I'm going to do some pilot holes this time. Last time we got some splitting in the wood, and I want to avoid that this time and get a good join, especially as I'm going into the ends of the wood and they're more likely to split. You can probably see the size of the drill I'm using, and the size of the drill bit is not a great match, but I'm using that because I don't want to constantly swap out the drill bit and the drill bit and the drill. So yeah, I'm doing it to save time.
There. Come on now, be nice. Now, behind me. There we go. Okay. Now I don't expect this to be perfectly level, but that's a good thing because it isn't remotely level. Now that's not supporting my weight, but once it all gets together, you know, we've got a layer this way, a little this way. We'll probably put some like brackets in there. Yeah, strong like bull. Okay, next one.
So the thing that I just did, I do that again. Because, you know, a table has to have more than 2 legs. If it just had 2 legs, it would fall over. That would be a terrible table. Not falling over is like the main job of a table.
Yeah. Me all pleased with myself. Groovy. So, like so, and yeah, some brackets. Like that, and like that, and I guess just screw them in kind of like so. Something like that should work. This is the part where I don't really know what I'm doing. Well, I guess all of it's the part where I don't really know what I'm doing, but I think we've done okay. So we're going to try and cut that at roughly 45 degrees.
Alright, before I do the brackets, I decide to trim off the bottom edges just to make them flat against the floor. Give a little bit better weight distribution and make everything less wobbly.
Okay, so we're looking all wobbly and buggered, but we're going to get there. Now that we've got yep, that guy on the floor. Should it open that way? That will probably give us a bit more stability. Okay, sure, let's do it that way.
Alright, for these brackets I tried to get a roughly 45-degree angle on them. I didn't actually use anything to measure that, I just eyeballed it the same as everything else. And it seemed to work okay. There might be some kind of plan or instruction set that you could find that tells you the optimal angle for all of this stuff. Is it out there? Maybe. Could I be bothered looking for it? Nope. Anywho, I screwed the brackets in at the top and at the bottom with the cross pieces. That was a tricky part because I had to drill through 2 very thin points of contact. But it worked out okay, and it was pretty sturdy. But not sturdy enough. Not yet, anyway.
Is it sturdy enough? Probably not. We're going to put another baton from here to here, and that should call it done. Maybe. Probably. I think.
So with the addition of the final bracing piece going across the bottom, I call it done. I attached it at 2 points to the bracket and to the cross piece, and it made everything nice and sturdy. I said at the beginning I was going to over-engineer it. I think, honestly, it's engineered enough. It'll certainly take my weight, or half of it, and anything more would be overkill.
Excellent. Now, I'm pretty much putting my entire weight on that and there's no movement. So, she's looking good. Look at that. Hey. Okay, time for the next one.
You guys know the drill by now. We do it again. Did you get it? I said, do you know the drill? Because I'm using it. Anyway.
That's a lot closer to the middle than the other one, but that's the nature of the angle I've cut there. Am I happy with that? No. So, what I'll do is I'll recut that at a better angle. And then we'll try again. Okay. What the? Yeah. Okay. I cut that at more of an angle, not less. I'd like to say I'm getting tired, but that's not the reason for me screwing up.
You'd think it would be easier to do something the second time round after you've already done it. But trying to make something look the same as something you just made up on the spot is actually more difficult. So there you go.
Okay, as you can see, second one finished, and there's our frame, or frames. Absolutely nothing went wrong with the second one. The camera just happened to turn itself off. Don't know what happened there, but they're both good. I can put pretty much my whole weight on there. Woohoo! And no movement. So with two of them, should be groovy. Yeah, I'm sure you guys can put it in the comments how I've gone wrong in multiple ways, but I think it'll do the job. What do you think? Well, we have a table of sorts. I'm sure that's going to do me good for days to come and not fall to pieces. Yeah. Alrighty. So, because this thing is a bit knackered, I don't really trust myself standing right in the middle of it. So I think what I'll do is I'll run a few more of these bits of wood across and then pop it on top of it. That was a lot noisier than I thought it would be. It's pretty nice. Okay.
And that's basically that. Stick a few pieces of wood across the top, joining the two stands, slap that janky plywood over it, and we got ourselves a table. Or a platform. Or a table platform. I don't know. Call it what you want. It's finished.
Now here's the question. Should I go that way across from support to support, or should I go straight in the middle? From a structural integrity point, I don't know. So we'll go in the middle. I don't think it matters that much, honestly. Alright guys, so the battery died on my camera. And we finished it off. All we did is put 3 bands along the top, stuck some screws in. You can see under there. And should be good to go. But it took me so long. The battery on my cordless drill drive died, and the battery on my camera died. So yeah, that's going to be it for now, for today even. So I gotta go pick my wife and daughter up. They're back from their short vacation, and crack on tomorrow. Oh, so tired. Bye bye.